Yeah, Adam Silver is not gonna let there be a lockout. Adam Silver is absolutely not going to let there be a WNBA lockout. The man is already making plans.
Adam Silver just made a move that's about to shake up women's basketball forever. While Cathy Engelbert was fumbling the bag, the NBA commissioner quietly stepped in, took control of the entire WNBA operation, and dropped a bombshell that nobody saw coming. We're talking about a massive China expansion, international games, and a future that could finally put the WNBA on the global map. But here's the twist. This isn't just about basketball anymore.
Here, the NBA commissioner talks up the potential of bringing a WNBA game to Macau or mainland China. So they're already talking about, again, it says here, the WNBA has never played an official game in Asia. It says there's so much interest in women's basketball in China, which there is. NBA Inc.'s partnership with the CBA. The WNBA could be soon playing.
This is about saving a league from complete collapse, rescuing the momentum that Caitlin Clark helped build, and making sure that a potential lockout doesn't destroy everything the players have been fighting for. So buckle up, because what's happening right now behind closed doors is about to change the game completely. Let's be real for a second. Adam Silver was never going to let there be a lockout. Not on his watch. Not after everything the WNBA has been through. And definitely not. After the league finally started gaining real traction. The man has already made his decision. He's stepping in, taking full control, and handling this mess personally.
It was interesting with the amount of players that came to the defense of Fee and the crickets that came to the defense of Cathy for me. Adam Silver is Cathy's boss, and he is the commissioner of the NBA. I signed a deal with Amazon to broadcast for Amazon. I got a text from Adam Silver saying congratulations. I had my third child. I got a text from Adam Silver about my third child. Now, whether this is Adam or his assistant, somebody from the league office is reaching out to me. Actually, I got a baby gift for my third child. I get a Christmas gift from Adam Silver every year. I retired. Adam Silver sent me a text message that basically congratulated me on my career and how much I've done for the women's game, and he looked forward to how much I'm gonna do from the sideline. I have not heard from Cathy. I saw Cathy in Phoenix after I had been retired for 4 months at Phoenix All-Star Game, and she said congratulations in person. And that was the only time. And so you've heard other players, Sabrina Ionescu alluded to this, I have a better relationship with Adam Silver than I do Cathy. My 2 jersey retirements, there was no Cathy.
Yeah.
So I think that Adam Silver understands the process. I don't know if he understood that Cathy was not doing that.
And when I say mess, I mean a full-blown crisis that's been brewing for months. The WNBA was literally inches away from disaster. Players were frustrated. Owners were fed up. And the person who was supposed to be leading the charge, Cathy Engelbert, had gone completely silent. We're talking months of missed meetings, zero communication, and a fan base that was starting to question if anyone was even steering the ship anymore. But now, Adam Silver has officially entered the building. And let me tell you, things are about to change fast. Here's where it gets interesting. The players don't trust Cathy.
It's symbolic of a massive business opportunity. And I got to talk to Adam Silver during a break in the game about growing this sport beyond the roughly 500 million fans the NBA already has in the country.
Amazing fan base in China. Certainly, well, we didn't play here for several years. We never really left. I mean, our games were televised here the entire time, and the interest has continued really unabated in the games themselves.
When you're looking at China and you have roughly 500 million fans, more than the population of the United States, where is your vision for the NBA in this country?
It's interesting. We announced a partnership.
Cathy Engelbert. The owners can't stand her, and The CBA talks that were supposed to secure the future of the league, they were going absolutely nowhere. So Adam Silver looked at the situation and basically said, you know what, I'll do it myself. Now, the big question everyone's asking is whether this is a genuine effort to fix the WNBA or just another PR move from the NBA to make it look like they care.
Yeah, agreeing with our players, and arguably you could say the largest market in the NBA. Had to get a new CBA with our players, but once we do, there's so much interest in women's basketball here, I think we'd love to bring a WNBA game to Macau or to mainland China. When asked when the WNBA could head to China, Silver replied very soon.
But based on what's happening right now, this is way bigger than optics. This is a full-scale intervention. So let's talk about what just went down. During a recent courtside appearance in Macau, Adam Silver casually dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. He announced that the NBA commissioner is actively exploring the possibility of bringing WNBA games to Macau and even mainland China. And this isn't...
And testing the waters after a multi-year hiatus, this around backlash around Hong Kong's 2019 Pro...
just talk. Silver made it clear that there's serious interest in women's basketball over there. And with the NBA's existing partnership with the Chinese Basketball Association, the infrastructure is already in place. Here's the kicker. The WNBA has never played an official game in Asia. Not once. So if Silver actually pulls this off, we're not just talking about expansion. We're talking about history. Think about that for a second. The WNBA office in New York can't even finalize a domestic CBA agreement, but Adam Silver is out here publicly discussing international expansion plans. That tells you everything you need to know about who's really leading this league right now. While Kathy Engelbert is nowhere to be found, Silver is already laying the groundwork for a global future. He's not waiting for her approval. He's not asking for permission. He's planning around her. And that's how you know this situation is serious. But let's rewind for a moment and talk about how we even got here. After months of silence, missed meetings, and players practically begging for leadership, Adam Silver finally decided he'd had enough. He's one of the most powerful commissioners in all of sports, and he's been watching the women's side of the league collapse under poor management and zero communication. Kathy Engelbert has lost the locker room. She's lost the fan base. She's lost the team owners. And that's not an exaggeration. Reports have been flying around that owners barely even talk to her anymore. Players like Candace Parker and Sabrina Ionescu have openly stated that they have a better relationship with Adam Silver than they do with their own commissioner. Let that sink in. The commissioner of the WNBA has lost the trust of the very people she's supposed to be leading. That's not leadership. That's an empty office with a fancy title. Now, here's where things get even more intense. There's a lockout threat hanging over the 2026 season. And if that happens, everything the WNBA has built over the past 2 years will be destroyed. Adam Silver knows this. He's seen Caitlin Clark bring in millions of new fans, sell out arenas, and spark actual national attention for the first time in decades. The league finally has momentum, and the internal drama is threatening to flush it all down the drain. So Silver is stepping in like a frustrated boss who's tired of watching his employees mess things up. And whether the media wants to admit it or not, the WNBA's success directly affects the NBA. They share sponsors, marketing resources, and broadcasting deals. If the WNBA collapses, it makes the NBA look incompetent. Silver's not letting that happen. So what exactly is his plan? Well, according to insiders, Silver is preparing to sit in on the next CBA discussions personally. Not as a guest, not as an advisor, but as the lead voice. That's a major move. Usually, the NBA lets the WNBA run its own house, but this time it's different. Silver is reportedly assembling his own team of legal and financial experts to make sure there's no lockout. Because here's the truth, the players want a fair share of league revenue. And honestly, they're not wrong. The issue isn't what they're asking for. The issue is how it's being handled. Under Kathy Engelbert, communication has been a complete joke. She disappears for months, surfaces with a vague press release, and somehow manages to make both players and owners mad at the same time. The players' union is tired of the vague answers and constant delays. That's why Silver's stepping in to clean up the mess before the entire 2026 season goes up in flames. Now, some people think Silver's involvement means Engelbert is finished. But here's the thing, it's not that simple. Technically, she works for him. The WNBA is under the NBA's umbrella, and Adam Silver is the boss of that entire operation. So firing her isn't easy, and honestly, he probably doesn't even need to. He can just take the steering wheel, let her sit in the passenger seat, and keep things running smoothly while she quietly fades into the background. It's the polite version of being replaced. And Silver's been incredibly careful not to make it sound like a takeover. He's still giving Engelbert credit publicly, calling her a key part of the league's growth. That's classic Adam Silver. Smooth, diplomatic, and calculated. He's fixing the problem without calling it a problem. But while the media is busy focusing on his comments about China, the real story is what those comments actually mean. They mean Adam Silver already sees the WNBA's future. And that future doesn't include chaos. He's talking about international games, not work stoppages. He's selling global partnerships, not arguing about percentages. That's leadership. And players are noticing. After his comments went viral, several WNBA stars posted supportive messages, calling Silver a real leader and someone who actually listens. That's the biggest difference between him and Engelbert. Communication. Players have said over and over again that Silver checks in, sends congratulatory texts, and actually talks to them like people, not numbers. Meanwhile, Kathy Engelbert couldn't even attend multiple jersey retirements or reach out to retiring legends like Candace Parker. That silence is exactly why she lost the locker room. Silver, on the other hand, knows how to manage relationships. He's been doing it for a decade with the NBA, balancing massive egos, billion-dollar owners, and headline-hungry players. If anyone can handle a few frustrated WNBA stars, it's him. And honestly, this might be the best thing that's happened to the WNBA in years. Because once Silver takes control, everything changes. Negotiations become faster. Communication becomes clearer. And most importantly, progress actually happens. No more waiting months for statements that say nothing. No more players airing out grievances on podcasts because nobody's listening to them. No more owners begging for direction. Silver is turning the WNBA into what it should have been all along, a functioning global basketball league. And you can already see the early signs of his plan. That Macau comment wasn't random. He's already building connections with China's Basketball Federation, testing markets for new sponsorships, and planning exhibitions that could pull in massive international audiences. Here's what Silver knows that Engelbert doesn't. If you want to grow a league, you don't hide behind press releases. You go global. The NBA's success didn't happen by accident. David Stern took it worldwide, and Silver's continuing that playbook, now with women's basketball included. It's a genius move, and it's probably why Silver sounds so confident when he says there won't be a lockout, because behind the scenes, he's not hoping. He's ensuring. He's already preparing the new deal, running the numbers, and locking in sponsors who are ready to commit once the new CBA is signed. That's why insiders are saying there's only a 5% chance of a lockout. 5%. Because the only thing that could stop this now is complete incompetence. And Adam Silver doesn't do incompetence. So what happens next? Well, for starters, the owners are finally breathing again. They've been waiting months for someone to take control, and behind closed doors, the word replacement has been floating around for weeks. They see Silver as the only person who can actually get things moving. And he's proven it before. He turned the NBA into a global empire by being strategic, calm, and smart. Now he's about to do the same thing with the WNBA. Let's break down what that might look like. First, the China plan. Silver talked openly about bringing WNBA games to Macau and mainland China. And while that might sound random, it's actually a massive business play. China is the NBA's second largest market. They've got millions of basketball fans, and the women's side has barely been tapped. Silver's thinking is simple. Take the WNBA global, grow its audience overseas, attract sponsorship money, and make the league profitable fast. And here's the kicker. The WNBA has never played an official game in Asia before. So if Silver pulls this off, it won't just be a new chapter. It'll be history. Plus, it gives the players exactly what they've been asking for: visibility, investment, and global exposure. That's why even big names like Sabrina Ionescu, Aya Wilson, and Candace Parker have been defending Silver lately. They know he listens. They know he's serious. And they know when he says, "We'll make this work," he actually means it. You can feel the difference in tone. When Engelbert spoke, people rolled their eyes. When Silver speaks, people start checking their calendars. It's that simple. Now, that doesn't mean the road ahead is easy. The new CBA is still the biggest issue. Salaries, revenue sharing, travel upgrades, and media deals are all on the table. But the players finally feel like someone's in their corner. Silver's approach is classic. Give them respect first, then negotiate the details later. He's done it before during the NBA's toughest labor talks. He found middle ground where everyone got something. The owners made money, and the players felt heard. That's what the WNBA desperately needs right now. And let's not forget the timing of all this. The WNBA has momentum like never before. Attendance hit record highs. Merch sales exploded. Stars like Caitlin Clark pulled in TV numbers that the league hadn't seen in decades. If a lockout happened now, it would destroy that progress overnight. Silver knows that, and he's not about to let the WNBA blow its best chance at becoming mainstream. That's why he's making moves now, early, fast, and global. He's already talking to sponsors overseas, working on new partnerships, and connecting the league to markets that could double its fan base. This isn't a Band-Aid fix. It's a rebuild. And the funny thing is, Silver's taking charge without even officially saying so. He doesn't need to. Everyone already knows who's in control now. Engelbert might keep the title, but the power, that's gone. The league office is basically running on Silver's orders now. And honestly, that might be the best thing for women's basketball, because Adam Silver's entire reputation is built on being calm when everyone else panics. He knows how to negotiate, how to market, and how to make the product appealing to both fans and investors. That's what the WNBA's been missing. Someone who can actually sell the league, not just talk about it. And here's the interesting part. Players aren't just relieved. They're excited. They're already talking about international tours, brand exposure, and getting paid like actual professionals. There's a new energy around the league again. It's not fear, it's hope. They believe that with Silver involved, they'll finally get fair treatment and a sustainable future. And that's rare in the WNBA, because for years it's been about surviving, not growing. Now, it finally feels like growing might actually be possible. Of course, that also puts pressure on Engelbert. Her silence is getting louder by the day. Fans are asking where she is. Owners are asking what she's doing. And now that Silver's publicly planning the league's future, she's running out of room to hide. If this deal goes through smoothly, Engelbert will either step down gracefully or fade into the background. Either way, Silver's the face of this new era now. And to be honest, that's not a bad thing. Because if there's one person who knows how to handle billion-dollar leagues and international politics, it's Adam Silver. He's already survived player strikes, TV wars, and even China's backlash in 2019 that cost the NBA hundreds of millions. If he can survive that, he can handle the WNBA. So the message is clear. The chaos is over. The adults are back in charge. And for the first time in years, the WNBA might actually be heading in the right direction. Adam Silver is stepping in, saving the league, and making the deal himself. Whether this will finally fix the chaos inside the WNBA, or if it's just another short-term solution until the next problem hits, only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, women's basketball just got a fighting chance.